Hello everyone, welcome back to your channel, Cute Kittens and Puppies. The Furry Hero, a rescue story in a small snowy town. There was an old man named Don Manuel who lived alone in a cozy little wooden house. The house was located at the end of a road lined with tall, sturdy trees, whose branches were covered by a thick layer of snow. The windows of the house were small but always shone with a warm, welcoming light. The sloping roof was covered with red tiles, now hidden under the winter snow. Inside the house, the wooden walls were decorated with framed photos of Don Manuel's family and picturesque landscapes. There was a hand-woven rug covering the wooden floor, and in the corner of the living room was an old armchair, Don Manuel's favorite place to read his books. Although the house was modest, every corner was filled with memories and love. Don Manuel had a very special companion, a cat named Pelusa. Pelusa was no ordinary cat. He had a deep yellow coat, a color so vibrant that it had never been seen before in a cat. His unique appearance, along with his great love and attachment to old Don Manuel, made Pelusa even more extraordinary. One cold winter night, while Don Manuel was sleeping soundly in his bed, a propane gas leak silently began to fill the house. The gas, odorless and invisible, was extremely dangerous. However, Don Manuel did not realize the danger he was in. Pelusa, who was sleeping at the foot of the bed, began to feel uncomfortable. The cat soon detected the smell of gas and, knowing that something was wrong, began to act. First, he gently pushed Don Manuel with his paw, but Don Manuel only turned around and continued sleeping. Pelusa, not giving up, began to meow loudly, a sound so persistent that it echoed throughout the house. He meowed and meowed, scratching at the bedroom door and jumping on the bed in increasing desperation. Finally, Pelusa's loud meows managed to wake Don Manuel. Half asleep, Don Manuel sat up and noticed his cat in an unusual state of agitation. "Pelusa, what's wrong with you? Why all the fuss?" Don Manuel asked, as he tried to calm his cat. But Pelusa didn't calm down. Instead, he ran to the door and looked at his owner with eyes full of urgency. Intrigued and a little worried, Don Manuel decided to follow his cat. Pelusa led Don Manuel to the front door of the house. Upon opening it, Don Manuel felt a rush of air mixed with a strong smell of gas and suddenly realized that something was terribly wrong. The strong smell of gas that Pelusa had detected was now perceptible to Don Manuel as well. Quickly, Don Manuel left the house, following Pelusa. Just as they both crossed the threshold of the door, a deafening explosion shook the night. Don Manuel's house burst into flames, the windows exploded and the roof lifted with a roar. The flames rose into the sky, illuminating the night and scattering sparks and debris everywhere. Please, remember, subscribe. The neighbors, alarmed by the noise and the flames, ran out of their houses and rushed to the scene, but there was little they could do. The intensity of the fire prevented them from getting close. Some tried to throw water with buckets, but the effort was in vain. The firemen arrived quickly, but the house was completely engulfed in flames and could no longer be saved. Don Manuel, with tears in his eyes, hugged Pelusa tightly. "You have saved my life, little hero," he said. Since his wife passed away, Pelusa had been Don Manuel's faithful companion, filling the void with his silent presence and unconditional love. When the flames finally died down, the firemen congratulated Don Manuel for getting out in time and praised Pelusa for his incredible instinct and persistence. The neighbors came closer, worried and curious, surrounding Don Manuel and Pelusa. With a trembling voice, Don Manuel told them how thanks to Pelusa he was able to get out of the house. "I was sleeping soundly and I didn't notice the gas," Don Manuel explained. "Pelusa tried every way he could to wake me up. When I finally woke up, he didn't calm down until he brought me to the door. We barely got out when the house exploded. If it weren't for him, I wouldn't be here now." The story of the brave cat who saved his owner spread throughout the town, and Pelusa received many prizes and extra cuddles from the neighbors. Although Don Manuel had lost his home, he hadn't lost the most important thing: his life and the indestructible bond with his hero cat, Pelusa. The neighbors, moved by the tragedy, came together to help Don Manuel rebuild his house and offer him support in those difficult times. Don Manuel and Pelusa lived many more years together, always remembering that night when a little cat proved to be the best friend and protector of his beloved owner. And so, with a story full of courage and love, Don Manuel and Pelusa lived happily ever after, proving that sometimes, the biggest heroes come in the smallest packages. If you have any questions or would like to delve deeper into any other aspect of cat behavior or care, do not hesitate to ask. We are here to help you. If you think this information could benefit someone else, share it with your friends or on your social networks. Sharing is supportive and helps us reach more people. Thanks for watching and listening. Please subscribe to your channel. Believe in yourself and never give up on your dreams.